Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. I have started something called as Happening Right Now. I see two things happening right now. I want to bring it to you and I want to get your feedback in real time. Please have the feedback ready in the comment section if you can. The two companies that I'm going to talk about are Illumina and Grail. Let's get started after the disclaimer. Welcome back, friends. First, let us talk about the bad aspect that is going on right now, and that happens to be with Grail. As you can see here, we are in the daily chart for Grail. Each of these candles is a one-day candle, and we had a bottom out here, absolute bottom support at 13.66, and Grail has broken through that, which means the bottom is not there. We don't have any discovery of the bottom beyond that support, so that support has now become resistance. Grail is at the weakest it has ever been, and it has dropped further in terms of momentum, and also as you can look at the MACD out here, it's absolutely bearish. This is going to be a very important video for investors of both Grail as well as Illumina. So what I'm thinking has happened here is that there was a recent ruling by the European Court of Justice. The European Court of Justice ruled that European Union competition regulators, specifically the European Commission, overstepped their authority by scrutinizing Illumina's acquisition of Grail. And the background is that there was a ruling against Illumina, forcing it to divest Grail, and before that there was a fine that was imposed on Illumina. The fine was around $425 million or something like that. So now all of that has got appended. So what that means at a very high level is that the EU had been trying to broaden its scopes to review small acquisitions that might still affect competition in Europe. This included cases where the acquired company had little to no revenue in Europe, but is still seen as potentially impactful due to its innovative nature. And the ruling will likely lead to debates on how the EU should handle such transactions in future. And this could involve rethinking how to balance the need to prevent anti-competitive practices while respecting jurisdictional limits. And in the past, business groups have expressed concerns that EU's broader review criteria created unpredictability for companies, making it harder to gauge whether a deal would face scrutiny or not. And now what will happen is that the European Commission is going to go back and reassess and see if they have to create any new legislature and how they can recalibrate their approach towards these kind of antitrust situations. And on part of Illumina welcomed the ruling as it affirmed their stance that the EU had exceeded its authority. The ruling also means that the fine previously imposed by EU, which is 432 million, will no longer be applicable. So that means that Illumina is going to have a windfall. The money is going to come back to Illumina, which also means that earlier mandated supports for Grail are no longer in force because that ruling has been rolled back. So now Grail is on its own, and that's where you see this huge weakness. Now on the other hand, if you go and have a look at Illumina, you can see that we have a cup and handle pattern for Illumina, and when you look at Illumina's cup and handle pattern, I have a target price here for 161.24 for Illumina, and we are already on this diagonal line of support which is moving upwards and taking Illumina along with it. Today Illumina has gathered 0.53% and it's likely to stay with this diagonal line of support that we have out here. And I'm thinking that we may have a little bit more consolidation before Illumina goes up, and we could have this line at around 45 degrees or something like that. But for now, it is still performing the role of a support, and we are looking at a target of 161.24. Of course, friends, these are my interpretation as a retail investor. These are my personal opinions and not financial advice. So please do your own due diligence before you make any investment in either Grail or on Illumina. So with that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end. And as always, I'm looking forward to your feedback. Put your thoughts in the comment section and let me know what you think about Illumina, Grail, and EU. Take care. Bye for now. I'll catch up with you again in the next video.